this week's theme song going. You know what I'm saying? Every week I like to do a different theme song. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Set, set the vibe, set the tempo. You know what I'm saying? I like to do them kind of musical minded, I guess you could say. All right, you feeling that, huh? You feeling that? Let's get on into it. I mean, it's nice now. Take you back to the 80s, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the 90s, little slight rainfall on the windows, you know what I'm saying? Vibing, you know what I'm saying? Candlelight, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But hello, everyone. Welcome to the More Life Podcast. This is episode number 6, and we are back at you again with another great episode. Got a lot of great topics today, and a great intro song.
Views from the seats, baby.
Anyways, how you doing today, JT? You doing all right?
I'm highly blessed and favored. Thank the Lord.
Yes, sir. Thank the Lord. Gotta appreciate that. That's always what you how you wanna feel. You know what I'm saying? It's great. Let me get this music on out of the way. All right, so we back again, folks, with episode 6, back on the More Life Podcast, and like I said before, we got a few great topics today. So let's go ahead and get on into the show. How have you been so far lately, JT? How was this past week for you and this past weekend?
It was pretty good. I ain't gonna complain. I like to see the news this week. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Definitely. Big
shouts out to Ryan Cougar and I think her name is Eva.
Oh.
The 2 black producers in number 1 and number 2 spots.
Right. That's big, man. That's big.
Yeah, so
biggest. Wow.
First time in history.
I guess they the number 1 and number 2 in the world or in America.
I'm assuming. Let me double check. Pull it up real quick.
Because I remember while you doing that, I remember I was scrolling on IG one day and I saw something about those. I saw a picture of those 2 and they said that they got the number 1 and number 2 movie in America right now.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And they are, the
first time in Black history.
First time in history.
Yeah.
And it's like coming from black minds, the top 2 films in the country or in the world are coming from black. Well, they had writers, of course, that put a lot into it, but these people kind of brought it to life. They were the directors or producers or whatever. You kind of breathe life into the script, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So that's amazing. Shouts out to them, man, doing big things.
If y'all don't know what movies they got Black Panther and Wrinkle in Time.
Wrinkle in Time, and I heard Wrinkle in Time is really good, and it's like really positive as well. So.
And I know Disney's feeling happy right now.
Oh, they got that, huh?
They got Wrinkle in Time and Black Panther.
They gonna mess around and make too much money. They ain't gonna be able to spend it all, man.
Too much money. Well, Black Panther hit the $1 billion mark too this weekend.
Heard about that?
Worldwide.
Amazing.
$1
billion, man, in a month. Ching ching, man.
Ching,
my
ching.
Cardi B voice. Ching ching. I mean, let's just think for a second. This movie came out literally a month ago. Maybe about 30 days ago. I don't know exactly to the date, but it ain't been out no longer than a month. And they've made $1 billion.
Matter of fact, this week will be a month.
So 4 weeks, $1 billion. That's a hell of a profit margin. Because what they spent $200-300 million.
Wednesday we will make it a month.
And they spent $200-300 million, right?
Yeah.
To make it, made $1 billion in a month. That ain't even cracking how much money they're gonna make off this franchise. Because like we always talk about the sequel and the DVD sales and the network deals and the merch. Still haven't seen any merch yet, but I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure the toys are coming.
Yeah.
If they haven't already.
Toys came.
Oh, they came. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
The toys came.
I just ain't been paying attention.
Yeah,
That's what's up though, man. Dang, bro, that's a lot of money they finna make, and it's gonna benefit them a lot too because, like I said on a past episode, they're gonna get a lot of offers now.
Yeah.
For the future,
yeah.
A lot of other actors are gonna get offers now off of the strength of the success of this movie.
The lady that played his general that's also on Walking Dead.
Walking Dead,
She probably won't be on Walking Dead.
We gotta learn her name.
Her off on her.
We gotta learn her name.
Yeah, we really do.
But yeah, they probably will kill her off.
I just don't want to call her Michonne right now.
We got to.
But that's the only name I know right now.
Yeah, Michonne, you got some big things coming, baby.
Yeah.
Got some big things coming.
I love it. I love to see that.
Speaking of Michonne, she won an award recently, and apparently she had a really good speech. Did you hear about that? Yeah, a woman came in the shop the other day, and she was just talking about how amazing that speech was. I guess from her perspective, it was about, because I didn't see it myself, but from her perspective, it was about women in Hollywood, black women in Hollywood.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna have to find that.
Yeah, that had to be pretty powerful because the lady came in the shop talking about it. So I bet that was pretty amazing.
I just love to hear this, man.
And she's an amazing woman, so. And that chocolate, man. Something about that damn chocolate.
It's dark, too, baby.
Dark chocolate.
Better
Rich.
Dark chocolate. Soul,
yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. Shout out to her, man. Not to say that, you know, women who aren't chocolate aren't beautiful, because I believe all races are beautiful, but there's something about that chocolate, though.
You gotta love it.
Blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Ain't that what Tupac said?
What you said.
Did you hear about Julez Santana?
No.
This past weekend or week?
I just feel like he did something stupid.
You didn't hear, huh?
No, I didn't hear about
Crazy situation. He got caught in, I want to say, a New Jersey airport or a New York airport, one or the other. And it's not snitching for y'all out there who like, oh, he about to snitch. It's not snitching because it's public information. The world knows. Well, I ain't gonna say the world knows, but it was in the news. That's how I know, because I saw it on the news. But anyways, this guy was walking through the airport with a gun, and you know, up there, they don't, you know, they don't really like.
York?
Yeah, I want to say it was either New York or New Jersey, one or the other. Either way, though, you in that area where
they're not falling for that.
Where they don't play about guns.
He's gonna be classified as a terrorist.
And he was in the airport. That's the wrong place to be with a gun right now in today's climate. But that ain't even in the story. The dude gets caught with a gun, takes off running. Bruh, you Julez Santana. We know who you are, brother. You've been on TV for the last 10 years. Took off running. Got into a cab and left. He's wanted now, at large. And the crazy thing is, go ahead.
This is idiot of the day.
Like, you famous. You can't run nowhere.
Idiot of the day.
You can't run nowhere.
Where the hell you
What make you go?
Somebody gonna
your face. It's the airport. It's millions of cameras. We know who you are. You're a famous rapper. I guess he feel like since his career.
Somebody at TSA know who he is.
Everybody at TSA know who he is. This, like, I could maybe if he was in Utah at the airport, he might have been all right. That TSA might not know. But you in your homeland. This is the New York area. Where you from? People know your face. And he took off running, got in the cab, and hauled ass. Oh, it's crazy, right? Say, I was reading an update on it last night, and they said that his agent or his manager or somebody got in touch with the police, and they're trying to negotiate a surrender. Boy, if you don't go take your ass to jail. You the idiot want to bring a gun to the airport.
Why did he bring
a 38?
Why the fuck you got a gun on you at the airport?
A 38 at that. What you gonna do at the airport? But if you don't hire some security,
stupid ass.
I don't understand. And I know you're a rapper. I know you're from the streets. So you know you feel like you gotta have a gun. You got this image. You feel like you tough.
A gun in the airport.
It's just stupid.
He might be in there for a minute.
Yeah, because I mean this is the same state.
They gonna give him terrorism act.
Right, you right. They're on federal grounds.
Airport.
Yes. The thing is,
he know they don't play about that.
If it is New York, this is the same state. Let's not forget, this is the same state where a guy went to prison for a year for shooting himself.
Yeah.
So if you can't shoot yourself, you know you can't have no gun at no airport.
People who don't know who he's talking about, that's Plexico Burris.
Shouts out to him.
Another idiot of the day.
Shouts out to him, man. Plexico Burris, man, you cheddar Bob. Shot yourself, went to jail for it. That sucks, man. Can you imagine going to jail for shooting yourself? I might just shoot somebody else just to make it worthwhile. Like after I shoot myself and I see the police coming to arrest me, just shoot somebody. Got to. You gonna go to jail just for your... I don't know, bro. I just can't sit in a cell.
You shot me first.
What you in for, dog? I shot myself. I can't serve a year for that one. I'm sorry. I'd rather serve 5 for shooting somebody else than 1 for shooting myself. I just can't do it mentally.
Mentally, it's not even working.
Right. It don't make sense. I just can't do it. But
1 month.
Right. And then you gotta feel.
Shot myself.
You gotta feel the pain of that bullet wound in your leg. Nah, man. That's not for me, bro. That's not for me, man.
Yeah. New York got some idiots.
Yeah, man. Julez, man, go ahead and turn yourself in, man, because you ain't
That's the best bet, man.
You making matters worse running. We know who you are. They got the gun. Got your fingerprints on it.
They got the gun?
Yeah, they found the gun in his bag. He took off running when they found it. I guess he probably forgot he had it. I'm hoping, anyways. Air quotes. Let's just hope that he forgot that. Okay, rewind.
Moment of silence.
Moment of silence, huh?
Yeah.
For forgetting you had a damn loaded 38 special in your damn bag.
Was it at least his luggage bag?
I don't even know. They didn't clarify which bag it was. But it couldn't have been his luggage bag because he was going through the TSA check. So that's the carry-on.
You knew that shit was in there.
Think so?
Yeah.
It is what it is. That's how it be, man.
What else you think you knew?
I mean, I can't
He
make.
had to know it was in there. He ran.
I can't make any sense of it personally. I tried to, think about it. I thought maybe that I looked up, I Googled all his beefs. I was like, is he in any beef? Like, is there any way that he might have felt, maybe he felt like he needed to be strapped? Because, you never know. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're in a beef. You might be looking out. You think somebody about to get you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But Julez
Rico was looking for him.
Maybe. That's the thing. Maybe. We'll never know. Because he ain't gonna say it. He might not even turn himself in. I hope he does though, because I feel like if you don't, you'll get more time. Or more charges, I should say.
He ain't.
But
They gonna ask the lawyer where the fuck he at.
They asking that right now.
Where the hell he at? Stop covering for him.
And he at home.
We gonna give him a good deal. You just tell us where he at. You know how they do it.
Yeah, he at home listening to his old songs. Ow! Julez! Turn yourself in, brother.
That's all you got to do, y'all.
Came from the Dipset. Turn yourself in, Julez, man. Cameron, Jimmy.
Cameron up there looking for us.
Cam, Jimmy.
That's all it is.
So anyways, Julez, turn yourself in, man. Did you know what? I was, I think it was Sunday. I just saw these highlights of the Cavs last night. They keep losing.
Who, the Cavs?
The Cavs, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand.
Doesn't surprise me.
It surprises me because you got LeBron James on your team. You shouldn't be losing this many games. But I got a theory. I got a theory.
Can't do it all.
No. He definitely can't. But you definitely shouldn't be losing this many games.
How many did they lose?
I don't know, but they just lost to the Lakers last night.
You know why?
Why?
Because somebody mad at them Cavs.
And
they on that team.
It was almost a blowout, too.
And he probably done put up 20 points.
Yeah, he did.
I knew.
Who? To my Isaiah Thomas? Yeah, he did. But my theory is...
He was laughing in the pregame.
So did you see it?
I didn't see the game, but I seen the pregame.
I didn't see it either. I wanted to see how they interacted with each other.
I don't think he shook him hand.
They probably did.
I know he shook two white boys and somebody else.
That's crazy. That means he had something to do with it then. If he's feeling guilty, he probably had something to do with it. But anyways, I first noticed them falling off last year. Like, shit just fell apart. And it was when Tristan Thompson started dating Khloe Kardashian.
Hey.
That Kardashian curse is real, man.
It is.
Every time an athlete...
I'm starting to believe it.
Please don't get mad at me, people, for saying this, because I know it's a lot of Kardashian...
Fans?
I was going to say, like, fanatics. Like the true word of fan. Like the psychos that will beat you up for saying something about the Kardashians. I know y'all out there. But I've been watching for the last few years, and it seems like every time they date an athlete, that athlete falls off. Tristan Thompson used to be the man for the Cavs. And now, Reggie Bush, the boy up, not Blake Griffin, but the boy who looked like him, that used to play for the Nets, that proposed to Kim Kardashian. He fell off before Kanye. I can't remember his name. Why? Because he fell off. Lamar Odom.
Definitely Lamar.
All these guys, this curse is real, man.
Because of that.
This curse is real. I don't know what it is, but this dude went from having a 20 and 20 average to getting a max contract because he played so damn good to getting out-rebounded by Steph Curry in the finals. You a center and got out-rebounded by a point guard in the finals. Because you're distracted, brother. You showing up to the game with all these Kardashians. You distracted. Your head ain't in the game no more.
It got to be the box, man.
I don't want it.
The box can't make him jump no more, man.
It's sad. It's sad. I saw they had their little... Well, I ain't gonna say little. I can't say little. They had their big baby shower.
Oh, for
Khloe, I think.
Khloe. I think it's Khloe.
They spending all kind of money. I mean, they got it. Don't get me wrong.
I don't know what you want to call them, dad, mom.
He
bought giraffes, man, for a baby shower.
A real live giraffe?
2 live giraffes for a baby shower.
They spending money, man. I just saw the balloons and decorations. I didn't know they had giraffes too. That boy,
seen it on Tim's.
He's distracted. They definitely not winning the finals this year. If you a Cavs fan, hang it up.
They're not even going to go.
They might not. You might be right.
They're going to be looking out for the Browns this year.
Because I ain't never seen nobody be so distracted in my life, man. And I ain't knocking him. You know, he got a kid on the way. Congratulations to you, brother. No doubt about it. But I don't even think it should have got this far. And I ain't knocking their relationship. I'm just saying people can't focus when they date these women. They just can't. I don't know why. But they just can't focus. I mean, this dude, I'm talking about balloons. Millions of them. Like, bro, you need to be in the gym. Your game has fallen off dramatically.
What you said, they got that Akon. He's so hypnotized. Got me body going my
And see, I know people will say, okay, well, he got a baby on the way. He got to focus on that. But see, the thing is, if you keep playing bad, what's going to happen is you're going to get dropped out of your contract and ain't nobody going to pick you up. And you're going to go from making $80 million every 4 years to $0 million every 4 years.
Yeah. Then she going to leave your ass.
And so what good is this baby shower?
She going to get child support.
And she going to be going to get one of your teammates. Hey, it is what it is. I just want him to do better, man. Them to do better, I should say. Stop letting these women distract you. Kanye, I seen him the other day. He got his hair. He looked like a teenager. The way he done dyed his hair. Like, what is you doing? But hey, that's their life. That's their life, man.
He don't even fell off.
Yeah, he definitely did. It's definitely noticeable. And, you know, people will say, I mean, I can't say he fell off because his last album was classic, but he didn't, it was classic to the standards of like the fan base, the world received it well. But I miss the old Kanye.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe I'm a little in my feelings about it because I like that Kanye better than this guy now. But at the end of the day, you know, that's who we fell in love with. That's what made him who he is. I think he should stick with that formula. And now you done got off out here in Calabasas and you done changed up your whole swag. It's crazy.
Yeah, and
speaking of Calabasas. Yeah, man. Speaking of Calabasas.
What's going on in Calabasas?
Did you see, well, it's not so much of what's going on in Calabasas, but what went on in Calabasas back in the day. Did you see they had another OJ thing last night?
It came on last night?
Mm-hmm, on Fox.
Oh, I did not know that. It came on this week.
They are milking this OJ story. You hear me? I ain't never seen a story get milked.
That story supposed to came out before he went to jail.
Yeah, that's when they did it. It's crazy.
But yeah.
My thing is.
They getting that money though.
Yeah, they are. But it's sad.
It's
sad that
bringing up something from 2 years ago.
No, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say it's sad that this woman is dead and they making money off of her murder.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, I usually don't go this deep with it.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, this woman died, the dude died, Ken or whatever his name was. They both was killed viciously, and people are making money off of this story all these years later, and it's crazy because
loving it.
Yeah, and people are loving it. They're making a lot of money off of it.
Sad.
But what about the family? Like, what if that was your sister?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I was just saying that.
And in 20 years, somebody who don't even know her is reporting the story and making a boatload of cash off of it, and your sister's still dead. Mm. You ain't healed from them wounds yet.
Like nobody's thinking about that. They just thinking about them damn dollars.
And I'm going to take it a step further. This man has been admitting guilt for at least the last 5-10 years, and nobody cares.
And it's not even that they don't care. It's like they're not picking up on it.
Yeah. It's like, y'all don't see this shit?
Apparently, in this story, it sounds like he's supposed to have it. Like, he admitted it, like...
Bruh.
Like, clear.
The way he's talking in this...
They don't matter miss this shit.
You know it's going to come on again.
Yeah.
The way he's talking, it's almost like... I don't want to say I'm a judge or I'm a judge of character or anything like that, but sometimes you know when somebody lying by the way they talk, and then sometimes you know, I don't know, it's just like you understand human behavior, and what I got from it was he's guilty, and not only is he guilty, he don't care about being, like he was talking about, for example, he was talking about how when after he found out he was dead, he was still mad at her. How you mad at somebody that just got killed? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I was so mad at her.
You mad at her, but you...
What you mad about? She's dead. All that gone.
What you do?
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's almost like... Exactly. That's almost like...
She stole your wallet?
You telling people... If you was mad after she died, 9 times out of 10, you was mad before she died. So you kind of telling people, hey, I'm the one that... And the only person who's not going to stop being mad at a person after a person dies is the person who killed them. You know what I'm saying? The person who killed them is still going to be mad at them. If you didn't kill him, you're going to bury all that. You're going to forget all that because that person gone. But if you the killer, you ain't thinking like that. So.
It's the reason why you killed it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, the way he's just talking, it's just like, man, are y'all not paying attention? And then on top of that, the lady, because I actually looked at the actual story on Netflix. They redid the story with Cuba Gooding Jr. Playing as OJ. You saw that?
Nah.
It's really good. But
When
anyway,
it came on TV,
yeah.
everybody said it was him.
Oh man, amazing! And the lady who plays the prosecutor, I don't know her name, but they found somebody who looked just like, I mean, same skin complexion, same hair color, and the bald guy with the glasses who just won an Oscar, he in there too. What was I trying to say? Oh, they had so much evidence built up against OJ. It's not even funny, bro. It's not even funny. Like when you look at, they showed the actual news clip of the prosecutor, the lady, in an interview before the trial even started. When you see how this woman was talking, it's like she was so confident. Her confidence was through the roof. Like she was, in her mind, it was no way they was gonna lose this case. Why? Because her evidence, she had so much evidence. But what happened was so much shit happened in the trial that kind of,
fucked up the evidence.
Not necessarily fucked up the case because what happened with that, the evidence was so advanced that the jury didn't understand it. DNA was just the testing, and the results of DNA was just being discovered by scientists back in those days. Or I ain't gonna say being discovered, but being understood. So the common Joe like me and you was like, what? What you talking about? 95% of the dionyclubic acid. We like, huh? What you talking about? Okay, and you gonna block all that out? Yeah, thank you, because you don't know what they talking about. So it was that, along with there was a racist cop involved in the case, and his some shit that he did in the past came out. So that made the jury like, okay, yeah. So
this the one with Cuban?
Yeah. But this is it's a reflection of how it all happened.
Whole case.
Yeah, so there was a lot of things that happened during the case, basically. Plus Johnny Cochran with his dancing ass, he know how to dance, boy. He tango two-step that thing. You know what I'm saying? So all of this wrapped up in one. That's what helped OJ get off. But really, when you look back at it now, and we understand,
should have been in jail.
We understand the science now.
Should have been getting the death penalty.
I'm talking about so much evidence. They had blood, DNA, everything. Anything you would need to say, okay, I know he did. There's no way he didn't do it.
I always say I feel like he did it.
Yeah.
Because why the hell would you be running if you didn't do nothing?
Exactly. Point blank period. Why are you running? Talking about you scared. You O.J. Simpson. All these years, if anybody know anything about O.J. Simpson, everybody knows he was the guy who didn't feel black. So if you don't feel like you black, what you scared of the police for? This is the same guy who said, I'm not black, I'm O.J. He said that. Those were his exact words. I'm not black, I'm O.J. Okay. So what you running for? Oh, because you killed that white woman and her boyfriend, her side piece. You was mad, you was caught up in your feelings. You know what I'm saying? You should have known that though, because I don't even want to. But we know how them Kardashians and them damn we know the lifestyle they was living. Nicole was friends with Kardashian mama, and they was having them swinger parties with the Kardashian daddy.
They said OJ might be daddy.
Hey, so you know how she getting down. Don't act surprised now that she got a new young boyfriend that look like Zach Morris. I was Saved by the Bell with the good blonde hair. Blonde hair. They say he was a model. What? Yeah, he worked. I think he worked as a waiter, but he was an aspiring model, and
now he might be
OJ couldn't handle it. Well, he's dead.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, Ron Goldman. That's his name. Not Ken. I said Ken, like the Barbie doll. He looked like him. Yeah.
He looked like him.
Definitely. But yeah.
Hi, Ken. Hi.
That's crazy, man. And OJ still walking around free. Something done killed somebody's daughter. But anyways. That's beside me. He got off. Court of law acquitted him. So who am I? I don't know. I'm just a slowly podcast host and a student. And yeah. So hey, you I just want to put everybody. You had to do that. I just want to put everybody on notice because things are about to get crazy soon, and I just want to put everybody on notice because I know people not watching the news. So if you're watching now, this is a good segment to pay attention to because it can concern your life.
What's this?
It's about to get crazy, bro.
Oh, I feel like it already has.
The world is already crazy, but I feel like something is about to pop off. Okay, and let me just tell you.
This guy did with Spanky.
Spanky?
Yeah, the president.
Yes. It has everything to do with Spanky.
I got that from
President 45. Okay.
We call him Spanky.
Orange 45, the Orangeman Spanky.
Spanky.
All right. Well, recently his staff put on your seatbelt, folks. This is about to get pretty interesting. His staff has recently reached out to the staff of Kim Jung Un.
I think you got it right.
Sounds right. We're going to go with it. To set up a meeting between the two. Orangeman Spanky, and the guy with the bad fade in Korea. You need a new barber, by the way.
You got the Korea fade, man.
I guess so. Maybe that's their style. I don't know. Let me leave that alone because I don't know.
So
let me not speak on that.
He might come over here, boom, bust in the door.
That easy.
And I'm like, it was all him.
Say no more. Say no more. But apparently they trying to set up a meeting so the two can talk about matters or whatever. But you know, there's been a little bit of disrespect shot back and forth between the two. So I just want to, put everybody on notice that, hey, maybe things will go smooth. Maybe they'll talk.
I said, when I heard about that shit, I said, get your guns ready.
Get them ready. Because we don't know how this is going to play out. We know how Trump is, or Spanky, as he's known. We know how he is, and we know he like to run off at the mouth. He just did a convention or something announcing that he's gonna run to be reelected in 2020, and he was just cussing everybody out. Like, what president does that? I'm confused.
Because he also wants to really run against Oprah because he so-called feels like he got her weakness.
Right.
He knows he can win that. He ain't even know he can win this one. Shit.
Right. So anybody who would go and do their presidential campaign talking like he talk, if he's sitting behind closed door with this person he don't like, all kind of shit finna spew out of his mouth. Ain't no telling. So just
Kim Jung Un, whatever his name is, he don't look like he takes shit.
He don't. He
might just shoot you right then and there, Trump. So
he can. He definitely can. He has what's called a Napoleon complex where he feels inferior. So since he feels so inferior, he overexerts himself to seem superior.
His sister is scared of him.
Everybody is, and that's the way he has.
Sister,
that's
blood.
It don't matter. Over there,
I think he done killed
it's a
his
dictatorship.
mom and daddy.
Nah, he didn't. Nah.
You sure?
I'm sure, man.
I feel like he done killed him.
Nah, but I mean,
he killed him at the age of 8.
What it is he.
Stop talking about that.
Yeah, please do, because I don't. What it is he got it set up as a dictatorship over there, so he don't want nobody. Nobody outranks him. He is the king. He's the boss. He's of everything. And the way he got it set up where you can't get on the internet. You can't. Ain't no cable. ESPN. What's that? Ain't none of that. No connection to the outside world over there. Why? Because he is the outside world. That's all you need to worry about. What he say do. You know what I'm saying?
And speaking of Spanky, he wanted to give. I don't know if you heard it, but you probably have. He wants to give. He was doing some research with some people, at other countries about the drug problem. And they so-called say, I don't believe shit Trump say anyway, that they solved their problems with their drug dealers by giving them the death penalty. And so he want to enforce that now. I was like, that's not the problem right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, drug dealers is not the reason why people die here. And if that's the case, then the government should get the death penalty too. Yes. They take away a lot of people's stuff, man. And Plod actually opened my eyes when he said that, because he's the reason that I said this, because the fact that he said that the government, they're taking people, Medicare and Medicaid and all that, health benefits away from people that are less unfortunate, that needs it, to be honest, so they can, be able to go get treatments and take medicine and stuff. So it's like, if they ain't got that, they done at the end of the day. And y'all, as a government, is taking that away from them. So should they get the death penalty too for killing people?
Yeah, well,
they're technically killing people.
Yeah, you know how they're gonna come up with an excuse. Oh, well, that doesn't apply to us.
Yeah, that shit don't make no sense though.
We're the government.
A drug dealer getting a death penalty.
We're the government that doesn't
so-called killing somebody.
That doesn't apply to us because we're the government, and it only applies to blacks. That's gonna be their response. Yeah. They may not say it in those words, but
no. it don't apply to us. It's more for
Fix
you
your
people.
glasses.
For you people out there. It don't apply to the government or the economy.
Sad, man.
Like, what? What? But that's Spanky for you.
Yeah. That's and his group of
He feel like he's
employees,
doing the world justice.
and people believe him too. That's the crazy thing about it. Maybe we'll
Sad.
get better. Maybe
That's
we'll.
the sad part.
We might. It might get better one
It
day.
makes. I feel like I could be president.
You can.
If that's the case, then I might run.
Anybody can. Trump was. He was born here.
Yeah,
When you get a certain age, you can definitely be the president. That's the only thing holding you back.
I'm gonna be the youngest president.
Okay. Go ahead.
Break history.
I think you still got to be like 40 though.
Hit him with my Obama.
Okay.
Change is coming.
There you go. It is. I like that.
Point.
Yeah.
Change is coming.
America.
America, God bless us all.
You got to get you a good first lady now.
Fuck that shit.
Good luck with that. Trying to find a first lady out here in this society.
Definitely hear you, Jordan.
So what you got for us this week on the hot take? You got a hot take for us this week?
My hot take, I know you heard about it because we talked about it before. This is Jacksonville
Hometown.
again.
Whoop, whoop. Shout out to Jacksonville. Keep popping up on the news.
In the news again. Teacher out in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about that racist bastard. I ain't gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna call.
Yeah,
it
he's
bastard.
a racist bastard. I don't know if he's a
I
bastard.
feel like that was kind of fucked up. If y'all haven't heard, there's a teacher out in Jacksonville. I forgot what school. He was a math teacher. He was suspended for saying pretty much racist slur to his students and using the N-word multiple times and other slander words.
Sad.
Yeah, I know it was a middle school.
Yeah, I got the name of it right here. Kernan Middle School in
Jacksonville.
in the Arlington area of Jacksonville.
I really don't. It kills me because even if you didn't like, okay, for people who didn't know him, he told a couple of his students that they shouldn't date the N-word people, and if they do, they should go to hell or something like that. But it's like, okay,
Said that we were worthless, or we are worthless.
people, and see, my whole thought about that, man, is like we didn't have a lot of that in my time when we was growing up at school. I mean, even though you might felt a couple of teachers that might have been racist or something, but they wasn't gonna say it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's killing me now because there's a lot of stuff going on in these schools where our kids go to each and every day, man.
Yes, sir.
And that's the effed up part about it. You know what I'm saying? That kills me more because you're sending your kid or child, if you got kids. I don't have one, but they go to school to get their education, but now it's like you got to deal with shootings and teachers being racist and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's fucked up, man. It's like, what are your thoughts on that? Like, that situation, as you know. I mean, that's your hometown. You probably went to school out there a little bit.
I
didn't got family out there.
I didn't go to school out there, but I actually am from there. And what's funny to me is that my little sister actually was in his class a few years ago. So it's kind of ironic, to say the least. This guy's telling young black men that they, are worthless and telling these young ladies not to date them because they're worthless, and I think that's pretty pathetic. You know what I'm saying? I think it's pathetic, and I think it's out of place and out of pocket because it doesn't belong in the school system. You're a teacher. You're supposed to be educating the students on a set curriculum that the school board has set before you. You know what I'm saying? You can't just decide what you want to teach and your personal views on how you feel about black people. You just can't. You can't do that. You know what I mean? So I feel like
hands down, you really can't because of the fact that you're dealing with different cultures on a daily basis.
Right. And to speak down on these kids in this age group, they're middle school age. You know, that's an early age group. You're kind of messing with their psyche on a real deep level, and I don't accept that.
I look at it definitely as a African American person. Like, you never know what their thought mind. Like you said, at that stage, you know, a kid is learning their who they are as a person, their individuality. So, like, as a black male, you say something like that, you could be fucking them up mentally, and then that's what causes people going back to school and shooting it up. You know what I'm saying? And technically, you know, that's, even though you're an adult, that's technically being bullied.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
At the same time, you know, I hope the dude really actually loses his job.
I hope so too. I think with the
maybe he'll learn something.
National news coverage of it, maybe it'll get to the point where he will, because it's pathetic, man. You can't tell young black people that, regardless of what you've experienced, it's not all black people, it's not all white people, it's not all Spanish. You can't say all. Mm-hmm. You can't. You know what I'm saying? And don't be calling these people kids worthless niggas and telling these little girls not to date them. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't speak for all people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Regardless. So I didn't like that. It pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? Especially being so close to home. It just pissed me off, and I don't accept it. So we gotta get to a better place as a society, man.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Where our teachers ain't telling kids not to date a certain race because they worthless in his eyes. Your opinion don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Whatever dude stole your girlfriend in 1978 ain't got nothing to do with what's going on today.
It's not our fault that she went to a Mandango party.
Hey, she said she wanted that slong. But anyway. Mm-hmm. Shouts out to him, though. Gave us a little portion of our episode. We're going to move it right along, though, to the idiot of the week. Got a very similar...
You got another one?
Yeah, I got another idiot. Because, you know, we never run out of idiots. One thing about it, we never run out of idiots. So this idiot here shouts out to the city of Nashville. If you're from Nashville, Tennessee, shouts out to you. You more than likely have heard of this. There's a very There's a very serious situation going on in the city of Nashville right now. Their current, or I guess I should say their former mayor, has resigned from office. And I know what you're probably thinking out there. I thought this was the idiot of the week segment. Why are you telling us about a mayor resigning from office? Well, here's why.
Because she was an idiot. She
was an idiot. Her name is Megan Barry. Megan Barry, if you're out there, shouts out to you. You gave us a very interesting story today. Megan Barry was the mayor of Nashville, Tennessee, and was doing a pretty good job of it until one day the staff in the political office started to notice that a certain security guard was getting a lot of overtime pay. So much overtime pay that it almost seemed odd, because none of the other security guards were getting the same amount. So why is only one getting this amount? So they did an investigation, and come to find out, the mayor had been stealing funds from office to take, let me get my air quotes, business trips with her head of security, Sergeant, whatever his name is. She is married, and apparently 9 business trips were taken with this Sergeant. What's his name? 9 on
Sergeant wanted them macaroni
on tax dollars now. On, you know what I'm saying? Not our. We don't live in Tennessee, but your dollars. If you live in Tennessee, she took 9 business trips on your dollar.
She wasn't ready.
And racked it up as overtime. I guess he was putting in that work.
He was
on her.
Putting in with.
But
extra security.
Extra security. I hear you. Once the investigation proved that, or I guess I can't say the investigation proved it, but it brought things to light. They looked into the what do they call it? Like, you know how you get those government jobs that give you a phone, the government phone? Well, it comes to find out that Mrs. Barry and Sergeant Security Overtime had been texting, or I guess they call it sexting, with each other on the government phone. So they look on the phones and they see.
At least use your personal phone.
They see naked pictures of the mayor on the government phone. That's a problem. And she's sending it to the head of her security.
Hey, why she just didn't use a regular phone?
Why not? You got a regular phone that you pay the bill on that you are at liberty to do with as you please.
Was she worried more about her husband finding out?
I think so.
Or the state finding out?
That's a good question. That is a good question. You more worried about your husband than the fucking government? Like, come on.
Idiot.
Don't send it to my personal phone because my husband might find out, but send it to the government phone. Naked pictures.
Send it to the government.
They've been sexting each other all year. 9 trips. Hold on. Business trips.
You got the plant emoji. Plant emoji.
Got, what is it? The purple thing. What is it? Damn it.
What is that called?
That thing.
Emoji,
the
purple emoji.
Purple emoji. Damn it! Damn you, purple emoji.
Eggplant.
Eggplant, it is.
Emoji.
Got the eggplant emoji all over the government phone. Dang it! All in the text messages. All they saw was eggplants and nipples.
The splash.
Yeah, splash, eggplants, tongue, all out the smiley face.
What is this?
Come on, Miss Berry.
Miss
Berry. You the mayor. So apparently she didn't want to resign originally, but the story kept building up. It snowballed, got bigger and bigger, and once it hit national level and she was just getting so much reporters and stuff asking her about it, she just went ahead and resigned and gave up and quit her job.
He got that macaroni, though. He got that grandma's macaroni.
He got it. He got that mayor macaroni.
Yeah.
That's that mayor. You got the mayor?
The mayor? That's the seal of approval right there, man.
Right. That's governmental. Whew. It brings me to another point. It's almost like for years, men have been in power and men have took their power to the head and have done things that they ain't had no business doing because they were in position of power. Yeah. And it makes me think, ladies, don't cut my throat for this, but it kind of makes me think that now that women are escalating into positions of power, they're starting to exhibit the same behavior that those men are exhibiting in those positions of power. So is it that power is good for no one because it turns you into
who said money, power, and respect? I mean, money and power is the most deadly weapon.
Yeah, definitely. And you get them together at the same time? Because you know she got a nice hefty salary as a mayor.
Yeah, you know.
Plus access to all these governmental funds.
You know.
She took 9 business trips. You know what I'm saying?
It was trips, all right.
International trips.
I wonder did she go by train?
Hey, choo choo, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But that's crazy. That's crazy. So basically, they you know, she pleaded guilty to everything, so it wouldn't go to trial because she knew if it went to trial, that would really screw her over. So she just went ahead and pleaded guilty to anything.
So I guess she's getting a divorce too, huh?
The article didn't say anything about her personal life. It just said that she's gonna be on probation for 3 years, and she's gonna have to pay back like $140,000 or something like that she stole. But it didn't say anything about her personal life. I don't know. I guess it depends on who her husband is. If her husband is in a position of power, he might leave her. But if he's not, if he's just a regular Joe working at a car wash or something, he ain't going nowhere. Because she's still, you know, a big dog. Even though she stepped down from mayor, she ain't gonna be mayor no more. But, you know.
She probably won't get nothing else in politics.
No, she screwed herself out of that, boy. And because ain't nobody gonna vote for her after this.
You know why? She gonna probably have to go back to Kroger's.
Clean up on aisle 3.
Be a manager or something.
Paper or plastic.
Deli manager.
She could be a deli manager.
She know it?
I'll see her too because I go to Kroger and get sandwiches sometimes, so I'll definitely see her. Shouts out to you, Miss Berry. Miss Berry, can I get a chicken parmesan on wheat, please? I had some chicken parmesan wings, man. They were so good. Hot parmesan, my sister put me on to them this weekend. Oh, my goodness.
Since we were talking about sex scandals, how do you feel about Spanky and getting sued by a porn star?
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I can say that. It doesn't surprise me. It's sad
that's gonna play out, though.
It's sad that he's the president, you know what I'm saying, and that's happening to the president, but at the end of the day, it doesn't surprise me because of who he is. I think it's sad, though. It's just really sad.
Yeah. Sad. It really didn't surprise me. I just wanted to, hope she wins.
I hope she do, too.
So that means if she wins, he's out.
Yeah. We got to get him out of there.
You can't have a president getting sued by a porn star.
I don't know how he's been in there all this time. It's baffling. I'm baffled.
What gets me the most is the shit he say on Twitter and in real life.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this is cool. You know what I'm saying?
It's regular now.
It's regular. You're like, oh, it's cool. Let Obama say something like,
Man.
oh, he got to go.
Yeah, exactly. Well, anyways, you got anything else?
Nah, that's pretty much, we covered everything I had today.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much just sports. You know, I'm just amazed at how shit about to go down in football next year. But
Can't wait, man. I'm ready for next year's Madden, man. All these trades, it should be pretty interesting.
yeah, team gonna be the Rams.
Well, oh yeah,
yeah.
because yeah, you're right.
It's gonna be a nice duo.
And they got that offense too. Yeah.
Already got a good pass from.
Well,
Thing I want to say is free to home and see.
we are gonna go ahead and leave it on that note. Hope everyone enjoyed this week's episode, episode number 6. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you tuning in. If you watched the whole thing, shouts out to you. You are the real MVP. And if you didn't watch the whole thing, you are not the real MVP. You are Zydrunas Ilgauskas. That's who you are. But anyways, I am Mr. Wynn. It's my co-host.
JT, no money.
No money. And thanks for watching. This was episode 6.
Views from the 6. Because
Views.
it's the 6.
Views.
And we gonna be looking for these views.
And this is God's plan. Ladies and gentlemen,
Y'all have a blessed one.
peace. More life, baby.
Might stop by and let a few of the homies or whatever.
Nice little vibe.
Yeah.
In the thing's on. Okay. Hey. Peace.